Life gains easy breezy. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Bre of Clan Stoutarm in Standard Brawl. This is a life gain deck that's casting from exile at the end of your turn, or just putting cards into your hand if you haven't gained enough life. Bre is able to give your creatures flying and lifelink, just like the Wind Crystal, and if you've gained lots and lots of life, you'll also be growing a bunch of your creatures. This deck is running Aerith, a Johnny's Pridemate, Essence Channeler, and Exemplar of Light, four great creatures that will all be growing as you gain lots of life, especially lots of life one at a time, which is what all of these different Soul Sister type cards do, or what you do with your cheap flyers with lifelink, or just cheap Moogles with lifelink. This deck is really great, especially if you like outpacing your opponent by just having so much life that they can't kill you. And maybe you even like gaining life by wiping the board, or making your entire team unblockable with something like Elspeth Stormslayer or Morning Tide's Light. Bre is my favorite commander from Lorwyn Eclipsed, so I wanted to bring her not just into Historic Brawl, but into Standard Brawl. So here she is, ready to gain some life. So let's take her into the queue and see that number go up. Eshki Dragonclaw. You cast creatures and non-creature spells in order to, well, get a really huge commander. Also, draw some cards. I have, little life gain removal, this, that, and the other thing. Perfect. Do I have ways to really deal with Eshki in this deck, or like any other deck? No. Eshki's just really good. She's able to do what she needs to. I could grab this Pridemate, drop it next turn. But no, I need a life gain source before I need, like, a Pridemate here. And, like, yes, Bre is a life gain source. But I don't think she's gonna do quite enough. Ooh, Picnic Ruiner. Yeah, so, like, Aerith would work. I'll just throw down Voice of Victory. They ideally are only playing spells on their turn to get those double triggers off Eshki, but this will still just protect my game plan and also help me go wide. Go wide good. Ooh, Case of the Unwanted Feast. Okay, nice, nice, nice. I will go for Aerith. Not attacking in. Aerith with the gains. That is some tapped mana. Some FOMO. Discard a land, draw something, and they can play Eshki next turn. Yeah, 3-color commanders are a little trickier in Standard. Remember, they can't cast things during my turn, so I'm just gonna take care of all this right now. Make woman big. And I'm gonna solve the case of the uneaten feast. Now I can replay creatures from my graveyard by sacrificing this. Hello, Eshki. That's a creature. Boomerang Basics, that's a non-creature. I'm actually a little surprised they didn't bounce Aerith. But they're like, I'm just bigger. Yeah, for now. This would draw me cards, but I want to do Bre. Number go up. And I'm gonna sacrifice Voice of Victory here for Big Lady. You're down to 13 and I have gained 10 life. I'm gonna surveil. Is there something I can see on top of my deck? Anything? Anything good? Oh, Sunblessed Healer. I'll actually decline putting that into play, because if I cast it next turn, I can use it to bring back Voice of Victory without having to sacrifice this. Nice. If I had chalked this in, I would have still been able to kick it and bring that back. There's their non-creature spell for turn. Oh, right! Adventures are a really good creature and non-creature. I was trying to figure out, like, why Picnic Ruiner? Because it's creature and non-creature. Nice. Okay, so now they're gonna bounce Aerith, which deserved. She's a menace. And you can't just kill her, because then she makes Bre big. could go for the Fumigate here. But I believe in my powers. My powers to make big lady once again. Flying. This would have been more life. Aww. It's Aunt May. Aunt May by another name. Resto Magic, just put it into hand. Pylon, thank you so much for subscribing and supporting the channel. I'm glad that you like my assortment of giant women. Women who start giant and women who can become giant. With our Sheriff Aerith. Songcrafter Mage lets them recast Boomerang basics. And throw, I don't know, Aerith back into hand or Exemplar. Because I can use Bre to give one of them flying. Nope, they're going for the Picnic Ruiner again. So they've done the creature, non-creature. The loop continues. Is this the one that hurts? Yeah. They still have 4 mana, but they can wait until they draw off Eshki. I like how Eshki is like, I am a 10-10. What do you mean you're still over your starting life total? I won't be soon. I could triple block this. I'm not going to. I'm unable to scream. Okay. All right. Oh, I wish we had Cherith in Arena. But we don't. Quenchiest, you say? Okay. I could wait to Fumigate for a turn. Numbers go up. You love that the Kira uses the right soundbite. I know, it's so good. She's indestructible, so she's just gonna bonk. Put me to 37 life. Yeah, a lot of people believe in the truth that is life gain is cheat. And I think that's fair. I noticed, by the way, that they have a bunch of lessons, but they're lessons that running, like, there isn't another version of this that's not a lesson in Standard. But it makes me wonder if they have, like, some lesson synergy. Like, maybe they're running the Iroh that lets you recast things from the graveyard. Hey! Roll Coolies, thank you for the sub. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime to help support the channel. Thank you to everybody who helps support the channel. It is very appreciated. You help me do what I do and do what I love, which is big lady. Oh! Double strike. She does have trample, and she's gonna get another +2/+2. Now, if I were any other kind of deck, this would be lethal. But I'm a life gain deck, so... Oh no! 28 damage! Whatever will I do? Gate it right back. GG. Keenus Horizon Splicer. That's Spot. Spot is removal just on a creature. A really great Orzhov Blink commander because it's going to be taking things out permanently from play and from the graveyard. And now normally it does not permanently remove things, But if it is your commander, it doesn't get shuffled back in, and it goes right back to the command zone where your stuff just comes back. It's really, really good at doing what it's doing. So they're going to be ramping up to 5, playing a couple other good Enter the Battlefield cards. And I assume blinking it. Why wouldn't you blink it? Hi, Ketramose. That will reward them for being blinky. I will play Adventurers in and then Bre. Gaining life, gaining life, gaining life, swinging in, gaining life. I might also have some board wipes, I don't know. I've solved the case of the missing feast. No, Fumigate. I don't want that right now, but thank you for showing yourself. Quanis can come out, take away Aerith. Yeah, the way that it's like a redirect effect on its death trigger. And in the if you do is not in response to a May trigger. It's in response to normally it just gets shuffled back in and the cards get back. It just doesn't work here. It's really strange. Ketramose draws a card. I get a fish. Fish. Okay, good news is they didn't shoot the sheriff. Warrior. This will draw me some cards. Playing a Planeswalker is also nice. Just because, like, they're harder to get rid of. Swinging in for 9. Thank you, Aerith. You are huge. Big lady. Down to 10. Queen's coming out. They have 2 different choices of big threats. They're going for Aerith with the gains. Ketramose draws them a card. They lose a life. Yeah, I wonder if they had designed this card with that mechanic in mind. That it works completely differently if it happens to be your commander. Like, it's kind of weird. Alright, we got 5, 6, 7, 8 if I do that. Not enough! Let's see what I get off of the, gain 1 life here. Aw, an actual factual pride mate. Alright, I will play a Johnny's pride mate. It's a little guy. Kirill. Sure. Double it with you two. That's lethal. Nice, Kirill. Thanks for the little double-double there. Very cool of you. Kren, Undercity Dreamer. Gonna put lots of counters on things. This is Miles Morales from Spider-Man. I have a little guy who gains me life, and another little guy who gains me life. The perfect start for a lifelink deck. I unfortunately can't, like, chain them together the way that I would ideally like to, but I'll play Stiltskin. He's itty bit. Yeah, I feel like sometimes you just play Kren on the front side and flip him over, since this is a pretty good aggro start. And then this backside is huge. Ooh, this is nice. I will start by attacking him with Stiltskin. Nice. And that's 3, so I get to draw a card. Perfect! If they saddle this up, they'll get to attack in. The puppy remains unviolenced. He's so cute, just look at him. Oh my gosh. Alright, do I feel like Halia? Yeah, bring her out. Gain 2, gain another. And I also have a 3/3 and I'm drawing more cards. Get the engines online early. couple of Soul Sisters. I could play Bre next turn, and I will hit a spell. Here's Kren. Each of these gets a counter, and they could saddle and attack, and this would attack as a 3/3. Ooh, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. That could give this ability to other creatures. Or your ability, but I don't know how many transformable creatures you would have. I could go for Bre, or I could go for Resplendent. I want to go for Bre. It's my commander. It's my commander, and I want it now. I'm attacking with both of these because either they trade with Halia, and they'll get a counter off this, or I get to draw a card. Okay. Because I'm not guaranteed to get things from Bre, but most of my deck costs 3 or less. Perfect! It's a Johnny's Pridemate. I guess this also technically does give Stiltskin's ability to these. So I don't think Stiltskin's ability is that useful for you. I mean, if you want to give me cards, you can give me cards. Look! Now they could pay 2, tap, and give me one of their permanents and draw a card. It can actually be really fun to be like, oh, you're gonna kill this thing anyway? Here's the 1/1 token for you, sir. Dog online. Dog getting loaded. So the dog's going to get 2 counters instead of 1. I could double block. But I don't think I need to, so I won't. Aw, dang it. Well, at least Talia's alive. My beautiful Pridemates. Nice, they're getting extra chunkled. I could blink them and it would reset their counters. I'm gonna wait. What do I feel like hitting now? You. Don't draw a card. They can recast Loading Zone. I always forget which cards have warp. Yeah, they warped that. Just like how you can warp her. Nice. They're just swinging in for 9. Or it's not 9. It's... Well, they can exile that for 10. Trash the town. Okay, sweet. Trash the town will draw them 2 cards. Bark, bark. Still got 3 mana up. No! They're fighting my angel! I don't have any artifacts for them to destroy. Now I do! I won't play it. Let's see. I'm not dead yet, so I'm just gonna play Bre and see what I got. I want a Gamba. They're down to 11. Oh, right. I didn't reorder those. It's unlikely I'm going to gain 2 off this, but there's always a chance. That actually does give them a usable ability. Since they are a white deck, they can now pay 6 mana to give a creature +2/+2 and lifelink until end of turn. Not bad. Not that good either, but not bad. Oh, they transform? Oh, this is gonna be some good damage. Because it doubles, right? Whenever you attack, you double the amount of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary. Okay, well, you're not a spider. I'll take it. This is what's great about being a life gain deck is it's like, ooh, you just did so much damage. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10? That's not lethal. It's off by 1. Okay, do I have a way to make it 1 more damage? No. Actually, I could just attack first. You trigger for yourself. Bree's like, what is happening? Do not you worry about it. Aaliyah won't get to draw, but I'll be looking at X equals 3, which means I get Cosmic Grand Zenith. And they go back up to 4 life. Gosh, what a cute dog, though. Ooh, Rosa, Resolute White Mage. As a consideration for this deck, it was from the Final Fantasy starter deck, the, like, Cloud versus Sephiroth one. It's not bad. Alright, giddy up. Bop it. They're gonna gain 4, but I don't take... Actually, I don't... No, they don't get anything. I can't take damage this turn. Right. I remembered that. Alright, so they can't cast anything. Helix. Oh, I should key roll first, technically. So I can double this. Shouldn't matter too much. Go wide, swing in. Win game. Diadrine Synthesis Amalgam. This is a +1/+1 counters deck that can take into account the amount of mana you're spending from the command zone, including commander tax. This is one of a few different cards. I want to say Verazol is another one that enters with counters based on the amount of mana spent, which includes your commander tax. It's just a really cool way to keep growing this card. Now, this is also going to be something that can trigger. When you attack in, you can remove a couple counters from things, draw a card, and make a robot. So +1/+1 counters and things that get you more of them means more card draw and more robots. Nice. All right, opponent, where are you? Connect to the game so I can play Soul Sister into Pridemate, into bigger Pridemate, into Lady that makes gnomes. No problem. Or you could just, I don't know, take a solid minute and a half just thinking about that opening hand. Maybe you queued up for a game and then you ran to the bathroom and you're like, there's urine actively running down my leg. Please, just one moment. Okay, there we go. They mulliganed. I hope you cleaned up that pee-pee in time. Welcome to the match. Double mulliganed. Saz's Chocobo. Gonna get those counters just by playing lands. I like the way this is gonna curve out. Saz's Chocobo. Sunstar Chaplain. That's one if it's tapped, gets counters. Oh, if just 2 things are tapped. Okay, cool. Essence Channeler. Get yourself a counter. Chunk. You can play Diadrine here. I like that it also has like 1 extra toughness, so you can remove all the counters from it and it's still alive. Put a counter on a creature you control. Nice. When it dies, moves its counter around, just like you. Duskro's Reliquary, though. Ooh, okay. So they're going to remove this from play. And then they get another counter. Bringing out Aerith. She gets a little bigger. I'll swing in for 1. And now I have the Adventurers in to get another trigger. And also get a trigger for Bre. Unless I want to go for, like, Glory Heath and Sheltered next turn. It's going to depend a bit on what they play. I'm fine with letting their creatures grow because my creatures can also get very, very big. Alright, there's Daedrin. I assume they'll remove counters from Daedrin and Chocobo. Okay, cool. Who gets a counter back? The robot does. Yay. No, I want Bre. Not attacking in. We get Elspeth, but she just goes into hand. Lush Portico. Landfall, Surveil. I do have a 5/5, so that is a bigger blocker than they can currently deal with. Fenrir gets them another land, so now they are able to swing in with the Chocobo. I ain't double blocking. I got my pretty lady here that I can gently carry across the battlefield and into your face. Or I could just play Exemplar Flight and draw a card. Chunk. Nice robots. Giving this lifelink and flying is like one of the things I'd love to do sometime with this deck. And I think I'll get there eventually. With the Exemplar. Looking for lands. Finding a land. Getting a Moogle. Aw. Cute. These two get even bigger. And if I gain life on their turn, I will also get to draw a card. So I'll probably just chump block with this if they have a big enough attack to get through. No, life gain decks can be so good at just stalling the board. Alright, they're tutoring. What do you tutor for? Craterhoof Behemoth is in Standard, and they are 1 or 2. They're 2 mana away from it. Trying to think of... There are some good counters cards, but none of them really break through what I currently have going on. Nice. Cosmogran Zenith. A second spell you cast a turn will buff your board or help you go wider. I think for them, it's usually going to be putting counters on things. It's also in this deck, because we have that, like, sometimes an extra second spell at the end of the turn from Bre. Nice. All right, do I have lethal this turn? Close enough. As I said, close enough. Is it enough to kill them? No. Do I think they're gonna recover from it? No. I have 26 life again. Thank you, Elspeth. Thank you for giving my board flying so I can attack in like this. Virtue. Cast a second spell, buff everyone up. it's also quite a bit of damage. Aw, they're going for the paw patch. Cute. And I think they are also, like, off by 1. Wait, let's see. Do they have it? I see 10... What was that? With this tapped? Okay, so 10... 20, 24. Nope, not lethal. We hit each other with a bunch of big old countered up creatures. Just mine gain more life. Sig, Wanderwine, Wisdom. An unblockable merfolk that will be drawing cards, giving some protection. And I have, I don't know, I guess a cat. It's a good cat. Restless Bivouac. It's a good cow. Here comes Sig. Sig makes himself able to draw a card, except he doesn't actually because, he can't attack this turn. You can flip him over. He'll get protection. Nope, they're just gonna leave him here. Sig, you swinging in? Yeah, I feel like this is going to be blue-white tempo. Some flash creatures, counter spells, a couple instant speed kill spells. And of course, hard draw. Probably like Curiosity and a couple other evasive creatures. Ooh. Hey, Philofunk. Yeah, you've seen me on Commander at Home and Hijinks. Yes, I have been on those. My friends, thankfully, are kind enough to invite me onto their various Commander shows. So thank you to all of my friends who tolerate me well enough to let me hang out on their shows. Aww. They flood mod. I was gonna draw a card and get a plains. So tough, so rough. Yeah, I'm hopeful that I'll get to be on some more Commander shows this year. I've been on Elder Dragon Hijinks, actually with a Bre deck, where it is... Well, it was really good at triggering things and not so good at closing out games because I built it with just cards I had. And wow, I really needed an Aetherflux Reservoir. I eventually found Shadow Spear, but I had like 300 life and the ability to gain more, which is fun, but not necessarily good for the people I'm playing with. All right, here comes Bre. What'll I get? What'll I get? Lost. That was 4 lands in a row. Well, those lands are gone. Do I see Arena getting multiplayer anytime in the near future? No. I feel like it's one of those things where it would be a completely separate engine, so they might put it into a different client. And also, like, the social features aren't really there for it. Nice. So Delny gonna make most of these at least somewhat unblockable. Sheree still drawing them cards off things getting tapped. This is gonna come in tapped. But I have a little bit of life gain, which is nice. I might want to hit Delny here. Nah, I want Halia. Gain 2. Oh, I need to turn off auto order trigger. Sorry, I had this checked for something else earlier today. I could have drawn off Halia. My bad. Get myself a Pride Mate. Yeah, imagine getting roped by 3 other people. I feel like if you limit multiplayer to only be on PC, that helps a lot. And if you just say it's not going to be super intuitive, it's going to be okay. But we could have other multiplayer modes. Like, I played a lot of Legends of Runeterra, and they had some two-headed giant style modes where you were sharing boards and you would alternate hands. That's the kind of stuff that I think could work within their engine, and might happen first. Okay, so they're copying their fish, locking down Essence Channeler, keeping Bre locked down so she can't give anything flying, locking down this too. They could shuffle one of these in. These all have stun counters. Yeah, they've been working on multiplayer in Arena for multiple years now. It has been years since we first heard them saying, hey, we're working on this. Another Flood Pits Drowner? Dang, okay. By the way, right now, I will point out that Sig is a Merfolk, and they are playing a lot of Merfolk, and it makes me wonder if they do have a Merfolk Lord in their deck. I mean, if it works, right? Alright, what am I feeling here? What am I feeling here? My tapped land. I have the ability to gain a whole dang bunch of life. So I think I'll do that. I think it's enough to keep me alive, especially if Bre hits something. And, like, she'll always hit something. And she will be able to cast it. It's just a matter of, will it be useful? It won't trigger this turn. But not bad. I'm back up to 23. Looks like they are not flipping over Sig. Not going for that card draw. They are bouncing all the non-fish, though. At least they're cheap for me to replay. Whoo, doggy. Some good fish or two. They're going to get to draw a whole bunch of cards next turn. All right, we're going to want... Let's see. Yup. All right, awesome. Aaliyah? Channeler. I can either go for Bre or for Resplendent Angel value. I want those angels. And this is my most chumpily of blockers. Actually, this is my more chumpily of blockers. Oh, I have to discard two. I will discard Sire and... You guys don't have Ward, right? You have Ward. And Prayer. Morningtide's Light is a one-sided temp exile for me, so I can swing through. Flippin' Sig over. Somebody here is going to get, whenever I deal combat damage, I'm going to draw a card. You're already drawing plenty of cards this turn. This is, by the way, a bird also. It's a bird bard, Merfolk. They draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoever many. Can't block this. Alright, I can block you here. And... just take the rest of this. I can block this, but it goes away next turn anyway. It ain't lethal. Enjoy a card draw. I got to gain 2 life. Nice. What if they're gonna, like, clone this? I think there is technically a 3-mana clone, but you have to, like, discard it to make it go. Come on, Sig, what you got? Oops, sorry, that boing was from me. Trying to find a command on my channel. Warrior? I don't have lethal off Elspeth or the big Blinky Bounce. Not this turn, I don't think. We gain a lot of life. A little more, a little more. Bit more. Yeah, you can deal damage to me. I will just heal right back. Now you have something at instant speed. They're gonna have my Resplendent Angel get lost, which will actually gain me 4 more life because of Helia. But it means I won't be getting the Angel. Dang, that's a big Essence Channeler. Want to look for a land? No, I think we're good here. It would get exiled anyway. Ooh, Eris with the gains. Let's make her huge. Yeah, I think next turn, I got some lethal. Wind Crystal, Elspeth, give some flying. Do the smackdown. Using the starting town to hurt myself would give the channeler flying? It would! That's funny. Yeah, I probably would have looked to do something like that, but I'm trying to explain to somebody in the chat about how there are mechanical issues with trying to bring a 4-player game into a engine like what Arena has that don't work out super easily and would take a ton of work. Sure. I will kill Share. Yeah, it's a lot of people think that you can just kind of code things and then they work, and that is just unfortunately not how games work. It'd be rad if they did. Yeah, it's just the UI doesn't really work out that well. Oh, there's their Fish Lord. Nice. Good Fish Lord. Tap. 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 Okay, looking at the mana that I have. I'm gonna go for Helia, not warped. Into Hinterland. Into Aerith. I will have to discard, that's okay. Okay, I have to discard 3. Stiltskin, goodbye. Glory Heath Lynx, I'm sorry, man. And, I feel like I can drop the Wind Crystal at this point. Ooh, automaton. Gonna buff up all them fish. Oh, but now they can be blocked again. Aerith is no longer doing anything. Unblockable. Still blockable. Do I feel like just taking it? I feel like just taking it. Deepway Navigator. Lets them untap the other fish. And this will also untap something. Yeah, they can untap target. Merfolk. Sig out here having a great time, I'd say. I will play... Yeah, let's go... Essence Channeler. Bre. Essence Channeler is going to get sheltered by Ghost. We're going to use the sheltered by Ghost to hit. Unable to scream. I'm going to swing in with the Aerith. I have 2 legends out. They just take the hit. We draw a card. And we get a Johnny's Pride Mate to hang out with the other 2 Johnny's Pride Mates. Aerith can once again scream. Oh, she loves screaming. Just like me. Back up to 19. So they've already mass bounced things twice. Once with Leviathan, once with River's Rebuke. Are there substantial differences between my Commander and Brawl versions of Bre? Yes, I had a couple more like big finishers, and for like Standard Brawl, it's just a much more limited card pool. I'd say overall, though, the vibe is the same, like very focused on life gain. Do I have lethal with Elspeth? I've had to rebuild again and again and again. I should have lethal with Elspeth this next turn. Should. Unless they tap everything down again, which... Well, they might. Well, this person's out here fishing. I have lethal with Elspeth for now. Yeah, for now. Ka-chunk. Nice. They ka-chunked with Abandoned Air Temple. This has protection from all colors, so I can't block it. So they're going for 15 unblockable damage. Am I in trouble? No, we're fine. Oh, right. These 2 got +1/+0 from, wanna use. There's like all this text here. One of you gave it to them. Untap Mistway Spy, because Bre can get flying. Or untap Sig. The Sig got that jitty. Okay. Let's try it. Elspeth. Wonderful. Inhugenate.
So long as we fight.
Double checking. I don't need to play anything else. No, okay. We go at their face. Everybody in. 5, 10, whatever. And a lightning helix, in case we need some icing on top. It's a very fishy deck you had there. Good game. Elspeth, Storm Slayer. Having a Planeswalker in the command zone and Standard Brawl is very strong because there are very few spells that can get rid of them. Also, she's got removal. She's got creatures. She can make them big, make them fly. She's pretty terrifying. This hand doesn't have great life gain sources, but it does have ramp into Bre. It's got this Cosmogran Zenith. I am going to keep it, and I'm gonna hope that I draw a white 1-drop right here. Just grab it. I do have a couple cards that could like exile planeswalkers in the deck too. They're fine and dandy. Heir Apparent. Ah, okay. So this is just going to be a deck with a whole lot of hairs and a big old planeswalker to double their tokens and buff them up. The good news with that is it means I have a lot less removal, which will protect me and enable me to do some stupid things. They might also have like a couple just good white spells beyond that. I think like Get Lost. I want to say the Mass Reanimate for 2-drops is in Standard right now. I want them to double block. They're not blocking at all. So here comes the Pride Mate. You can go wide. I can go wide. Next turn is going to be Elspeth. Again, they can all fly. I can make things fly, though. See? Look at this. Bam. Let's see what's on top. Okay, Exemplar, I would not be able to cast for free unless I also Resto Magic. 12 Resto Magic. Gosh, I love that sound. Ta-da! Let's go for... Keep going wide this turn. Because it's not lethal this turn. Unlike Elspeth 0. I think... Yeah, it's 24 damage if I block to none of it.
I light the path to victory.
Wonderful. Okay. Do I have anything else here that would gain me life? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Did I just attack? Yeah. That sounds right. That's so boring. I was thinking, like, do I need to cast the 2 spells and buff things? No, I don't. I just have lethal. Avatar Aang. Avatar Aang is going to cast spells almost for free if he can transform. But in order to transform him, you'll need to Earthbend, Firebend, Waterbend, and Airbend all in the same turn. And he only knows how to Firebend. Yes, the other Aangs each have different bendings, but this one is the Firebending one. All right, I got a turn 1 Soul Sister, Hinterland Sanctifier. That's a really good one for Standard Brawl, actually. Next turn, I have a Pride Mate, or I have a Gory Heath Lynx. Lynx can get me some more lands, but this can be a pretty big critter pretty fast. I'm going to go for the Essence Channeler. On Cavern of Souls, I'll be able to name Giant or Warrior or something else here. A human is the most common type in the deck, but right now I don't have a red source, so I'll probably go for Warrior and play Aerith, so I have another Pride Mate that starts growing. Ooh, Wartime Protesters. So this is ramp. This is going to give haste to everything, including Aang. So this is even more mana. Now let's go Warrior. Aerith grows. I'll attack in with the Essence Channeler. Yeah, I had also built Avatar Aang as a Standard Brawl deck. I feel like it's the best place for him. You have the highest density of cheap benders and the lowest density of removal that just kills him before he does anything. So he's going to get to swing in here, get 2 mana, draw a card. Unless, are you just using these 3 to cast something? Sheltered by Ghosts, they're giving him lifelink. Oh, Aerith, no. they exiled my girl. Draw a card, get 2 mana, gain 6 life. That's pretty good. I'll play this Glory Heath Lynx. Swing in with these 2. Hold my Restoration Magic. Not that I think I'll be doing much with it. Nice. South Pole Voyager. This is a really nice just card draw piece. Also, ally piece. Great Divide Guide coming out early. Such good fixing. Ooh, tough first Metal Bender. Gonna Earthbend in End Step, but you can still transform him in End Step. That does work. But right now they have Earth and Fire. No air, no water. Yeah, you're an ally, technically. Put all that ramp. I have 3 lands. What? Oops. Yeah, I think they goofed that up. Thank you for the life gain. They were just so excited to get to attack. I think they forgot this would get haste. We spend. Forest, animated, cards, drawn. Passage, fabled. Twinblade would be the most damage. Bre is going to be a little bit of chaos, so obviously we're going for chaos. I will try to get another land in hand. So giddy up. I'm actually going to leave this back as a blocker because I think I might need it. Land in hand. Lightning Helix. Goodbye, Great Divide Guide. Voyager is the only other target that would die to it. Alright, took them from 11 mana to 5, or 6. 6. Okay, so this is not going to get to Scream. But it's still a 7/9. Not bad, not bad. I can make it fly. With Bre. Okay, I do not need to block this turn, so I won't. Ow, oof, oof, owie. Earth Kingdom Protector. A good puppy. They keep on drawing. Would I need to do this as a block on Aang? Yes. Oh, whoops. My bad. Well, now I can't do that. It's fine. I gain 1 life. Let's see what the card is. Yeah, I missed-tapped that. Didn't mean to tap the mountain. Not something I could use anyway. It goes into hand. Witness Protection on Bre. I am going to gently pick up Essence Channeler. Give it lifelink. Give it flying. Yeah, so what I was going to hold up white mana for was Restoration Magic. But I had goofed it up, and that would have helped protect Bre. They do not have a lethal swing here unless they get something. They draw a card. Exemplar of Light, another nice flyer. Draws me a card after I gain some life here. It is a land, otherwise I was gonna saddle this up and get one. Skin. Making this exemplar big. Make the Johnny's Pride Mate grow. Oh, do you see the benefits of peace? Yeah, that's what a Johnny would say. Or Teferi, one of those guys. They're still drawing the extra card in the end step. Oh, indestructible, huh? Is this a board wipe? Or just an attack? I could theoretically let this hit me and hold my restoration magic for the next turn, and I think that's a better surprise. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Looking at my legitimate business, Bre. Have to use this anyway. Yeah, I was gonna hope to, like, have that potentially overloaded. Ooh, hey, Katara. So Katara can make their entire board gigantic. X equals 1. They can waterbend, by the way, as many times as they have creatures in order to draw cards. And they have firebend. They will have earthbend, and they have waterbending. The only thing they don't have right now, airbending, which they could airbend. They have white mana from Torgal. They could transform Aang here. Leaving up all them land critters. It did tap Torgal, though. I'm not too worried about the airbending. I don't think there was a blue airbend. I think of a blue-white airbend. Yeah, you have filled up your hand. Hot dog, have you ever? No! She was gonna give me a land! It's fine. Hinterland Sanctifier would also have been a good hit. They bend it. Hurry, a land. I think I want... Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Don't have enough for both of those. I do have enough for Wind Crystal and a kicked healer. So I'm gonna do that. Has to make sure I'm leaving up to white. And that will double the amount of life I'm gaining. And they're going to be able to make Aang huge with Katara. Okay, I've gained the life. I've gained the life. So I think I have to leave this back as a blocker. I feel okay attacking in with one of these. Do I? Yeah, it would just be like Stiltskin. There's a 5/5. Essence Channeler, get in there. Because if they attack on the ground, I gain double life, so I'll be gaining a lot of life back. This is 100% just down to the 2 flyers here. Avatar Aang. They exile my blocker. Exemplar of Light gonna go away. And now all they need to do is waterbend and make Aang able to deal 8 damage. So he has a +1/+1 counter on him. So if you make him a 7 base power by doing Katara for X equals 7, it's a good game. This is standard. There's not free spells for you to worry about. They get attack in and then do it using some of the the firebending mana for the waterbending. Actually, that's not true. There's technically a free spell that's a convoke spell. Like, there's convoke removal, but I wouldn't be able to pay the ward to. Alright, I think they're just trying to pick which things to waterbend with. Because I see them selecting a lot of cards. I'm still waiting on it. Okay, so they're going for overkill. X equals 10. Aang gets dummy thick. Aang swings in for 12. Wait, why are you attacking on the ground? Wait. I might be able to live because they attacked on the ground. Hold up. That'll be 3 additional life. Or 6 additional life. This, that. The other. Actually, I can block with you. Yeah, let's do that. They had lethal. But now they don't have lethal. Look at Stiltskin just sitting there. Yeah, oops. You get to have a little more. Mutavault him. Now I just gotta deal 42 damage. I got this. Why deal damage when I can gain life? I'll gain 2. I'll gain 4. I'm gonna try to scry to something for Bre. That's helpful. I'm still tagging with Essence Channeler. Brings me joy. I'll give the Pridemate lifelink. And hit Katara. I had already written down that the game was a loss, but they had that greed in them. Yeah, if they can kill Pridemate and free it, awesome. And remember, they have 8 cards in hand. They have drawn over half of their deck. All it takes is a single piece of removal. A single piece of pizza. Pizza. Oh, that'll work! Pyrrhic Strike! Move my commander to the command zone. Yup. Alright, Aang. Second try. And this time, you're not going to mess yourself up, right? It'll help if you just swing with this, and then you can press auto pay on the X equals 10 or whatever. You could also just attack with everything, and I think that I would die. Hey, Guru! Thank you for the sub, and thank you for subbing for the next 6 months in advance! We're so close, opponent. They're tapping so carefully. I'm getting sent an Instagram reel from Olivia. What is this? I don't have an Instagram. Ooh, sexy knight armor made out of denim. Oh, wait, what's going on? We're blocking. We're blocking. We're blocking. We're blocking. We're dying. The jute of armor. Wow. Amazing. I wish I had a denim armor suit. Looks like our opponent's going fishing. They got Sig, Wonderwine Wisdom, Unblockable, draws cards, and I've got one drops. I like one drops. They're good. Good for me at least. I got a Pride Mate, got a Life Linker that can get me more lands maybe because I could use more lands. I need a basic for the Air Temple. Or just play it tapped. I am ready, Sig. Wonderwine Wisdom. And or Sig Wonderbrine Shield. I'll start with the Sanctifier. Into Stiltskin. Is it getting countered? There's some weird counter spells in Standard. No, they're bouncing the Hinterland Sanctifier. Okay, well now Stiltskin's in play. He's giving you a little wave. Hello. They're not playing Sig. Okay. Hinterland Sanctifier. I'm gonna go for the Lynx over the Pride Mate. Yeah, rabbits do bounce. And there's at least one 2/2 with Flash. So I am not attacking in here. There's also like a 2/1 with Flash and another 2/1 with Flash. Flood Pit's Drowner's one of the 2/1s with Flash. Yeah, they cast an Unsummon. Well, it's Unsummon, it also hits cars. Dang, rip Stiltskin. Pride Mate, you gonna counter this one? You can't unsummon it. I got Resto Magic. Hold up. What's this for? You know what? That's fine. My Johnny's Pride Mate remains a 2/2. My Glory Heath Lynx. Oh my god, look at how cute that thing is. I want to put a cat on a cat. Put that cat on a cat. Put that cat on a cat. Meow, meow. Coolest of the mind. Do mind. Put the cat on a cat. Swing in. Get a plains. Gain some life. This gets bigger. Play Bre. This gets bigger. And we get, from the top rope, it's an Pakal. Nice. There's like two different Pride Mates, the Essence Channeler and Aerith, that if they die, they also put their counters onto Anim Pakal, which lets you go crazy. All right, so Duelist of the Mind, protection from all colors. Sig, still unblockable. They're destroying my Air Temple, which is committing a crime, so they get to loot. That's very understandable. Yeah, we got cats on cats on cats on cats. Johnny, thank you for the 63-month resub. Yeah, it's almost a year. Which is how long it'll take for me to kill them with my kitty cats. No, it'll take me like 2 minutes. GG. Alcus Proft, Master Sleuth, and me, with my 2 lands that enter tapped. That's not a great start against what is going to be Azorius Control. I have nice cards, though, to go up against them. I may still keep it, but I think it's better if I mulligan, just making sure I can actually cast spells. Hi, Sire of 7 Deaths. You're very pricey. Hi, Voice of Victory. I'm happy to see you here, though. Anything that can stop some counter spells, though they're often able to just counter this instead. I think that in Standard Brawl, running Voice of Victory, which is good with the kind of go-wide strategy of life gain, is very helpful, but running something like Hexing Squelcher doesn't feel as necessary as it does in something like Historic Brawl. Throwing down Voice of Victory. Essence Scatter. We knew it was gonna happen. I'm not happy that it happened, but like we knew it was gonna happen. They're exiling my voice. Ooh, and the Essence Scatter. I'll bring out Hero. Nothing to double here. I also don't have a life gain source for Bre until I can activate her, which I think is probably going to be too slow. Oh, a Glasket. Okay. Kirill goes to jail. Twin Blade Paladin. He's got double strike. Also, Twin Blade Paladin. Still weird that you're legal in Standard. Nope, it's another counter spell. Eventually, Proft will draw them cards. Lucky them. Yeah, the selection of counter spells is not as good in Standard, but you do have the ability to have a pretty good density of high power board wipes. You have your Ultimas. Sunfall, I think, is rotated. Yeah, I want to say Sunfall has rotated. And try Elspeth here. Make a couple little guys. What are you flashing out? You drawn cards? Now Wanchitong. Wanchitong with some counters. Chicken. Attack. The bird. Rune Lurker Bat. Does it land? Cool. Essence Channeler. This is a Pride Mate Plus. Gonna ice out.
Strike from the heavens.
Yeah, whatever you're yelling about, Elspeth. I have descended. Party Hawk, I love you. You are not what I need right now. This is Party Hawk Plus. Flying, lifelink, and more, all at 1 mana? Man, power creep is crazy. Exile and return them at the beginning of the next end step. I guess I'll go for a token then? This doesn't get, like, spell pierced. This is a Spider-Man card that I don't remember the name of. On that easy breezy street. I could, like, swing in with this just for the card advantage. I think it actually probably would be worth it. Bottomless pool. Gonna bounce Bre. Whee! Chicken attack. That block. Attempt to land Bre again.
Strike from the heavens.
Chillin'. Trying to get that tempo on. There's a bunch of good flash flyers too, in just like flash creatures in general in Standard. Novice Inspector. Getting them a clue. Remember, Alcus Prof can't sacrifice clues to draw cards and gain life. They haven't played him yet. They're like a 3/3 with Vigilance. Not nearly good enough. Ooh, Enduring Innocence. That's a fun one. I'll try heating this at them. I feel like they're gonna kill it in response. That's like what I'm waiting to see if it happens. Or do I could just gain my life the way I want to?
Ready arms.
She can take a hit. Oh, hey, our one board wipe. Ooh, Basilisk Collar. I'll take it. That was so many lands in a row. Prof's Acidic Memory unfortunately will buff up Wan Shi Tong. I could have also gone for flying, but I wanted to set up that card advantage here. So they'll be able to kill Elspeth. Yeah, bonker.
Still wins.
But I'm gonna start. Oh, nope, there's Beyond the Quiet. As I said before, a lot of good board wipes in Standard. And that exiled my Enduring Innocence. Ugh. What a pain. Just play the Sire. I feel like it pressures a board wipe pretty well. So this has lifelink. So it belongs in the deck. The logic's there, right? I love how long it has to scroll to get through everything. It has 7 keywords. It costs 7 mana. It's a 7/7. Got some removal. Yeah, it has First Strike, Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Lifelink, and Ward. Pay 7 life. They can bounce it. But then they have to pay 7 life. Do you want to bounce it? They do. They can bounce it again with Bottomless Pool, but each time, 7 more life. She is back. Are you sure? Okay, go to 4. Remember, I got Lightning Helix in this deck. And oh boy, I'd love to use it. All Fates Scroll. I could also attack with a Bivouac. That's 3 damage. Wait. That's lethal. Unless they have instant speed removal, because they tap their Demolition Field. Okay, Appa. Appa, you gonna block? That'll get them some blockers. R.I.P. Appa. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to hurt you. You know I love you. I thought about putting Appa in this deck because it triggers off the casting from exile. Alkis Proft finally coming into play. They got that 2-mana River Regent. Proft's Eidetic Memory. Well, I guess it's appropriate. He is Proft. Well, well, well. What do we have here? I am going to go for the Impending Cast in case they have a taxing spell. So I can pay a little bit more. Yeah, the amount of mana spent to cast it is less than its mana value. Going with the land. It's not what I want to be doing, but it is what I will be doing. Next turn, Sire 7 Deaths. What were the odds that they had a counter spell? Non-zero, unfortunately. What do you do? Draw X, where X is the number of differently controlled lands. Okay, differently named controlled lands. Remember, they still have this demolition field. Dauntless Scrapbot. No. My cool stuff. We wait. Sire of 7 Deaths. She's back again. Again, they spent 14 life bouncing this thing. They draw 3, discard. They're looking for a counter spell. She lands. Gory Heath Lynx. Just another little guy. They might have a board wipe, though. Always possible. And I'll crack open the Fabled Passage that's in my deck. Lander also thinning their deck, getting them another basic land into play. Drawing a card off the scroll. They can't pay 7, no. So it'd have to be non-targeting removal or uncounterable removal. Because Ward is about countering things. Okay, that's a Dragon Storm. We already know they have a dragon. It's good with the memory, I guess. Yeah, this having the first strike trample is a great way to force damage through. It's a good cat. Let's see. So this is currently putting 2 cards? 2 counters? Great. Whatever they had wasn't removal for the Sire. That's why it's in the deck. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and thank you, Bre, for making it easy to have fun with life gain. This is, again, as I've said before, my favorite commander from the set, and I think she deserves to see lots of play. I will caution you against playing her in paper commander unless you're very good at tracking your triggers. I happen to be, but a lot of other people are not, because you will be having triggers that cause triggers that cause triggers that cause triggers, and you have to keep track of your life with every single one of those. So if you are good at that and you're on top of things, awesome. And if you're not, you probably shouldn't be playing with Bre, but she is really, really fun, and she will frustrate your table because you'll be gaining a lot of life. Life gain commanders get a lot of hate at casual tables for exactly that reason. It makes you hard to kill. But I love this deck, and if you're looking for the deck list for the Standard Brawl version, you can find it in the description of the video. If you'd like to see my Commander version of this deck, you can find it on Elder Dragon Hijinks. That's another YouTube channel. And if you'd like to see my regular Brawl version, that is also on my channel, because yes, I did build 3 different Bre decks because I like her that much. She's really fun to play, and I'm really happy with how these decks turned out. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.